Read with me John 4:43 through 54. After the 2 days, he left for Galilee. Now Jesus himself had pointed out that a prophet has no honor in his own country. When he arrived in Galilee, the Galileans welcomed him. They had seen all that he had done in Jerusalem at the Passover festival, for they also had been there. Once more he visited Cana in Galilee, where he had turned the water into wine. And there was a certain royal official whose son lay sick at Capernaum. When this man heard that Jesus had arrived in Galilee from Judea, he went to him and begged him to come and heal his son, who was close to death. Unless you people see signs and wonders, Jesus told him, you will never believe. The royal official said, Sir, come down before my child dies. Go, Jesus replied. Your son will live. The man took Jesus at his word and departed. While he was still on the way, his servants met him with the news that his boy was living. When he inquired as to the time when his son got better, they said to him, yesterday, at 1 p.m, the fever left him. Then the father realized that this was the exact time at which Jesus had said to him, your son will live. So he and his whole household believed. This was the second sign Jesus performed after coming from Judea to Galilee. I came here to tell someone to not be deceived by the destination doubt leads you to, but instead stay on the path the promise brings you through. Thank you to Pastor J.J. Vasquez, who spoke on a similar topic at View Church a month ago about it's not about the destination. It's about what happens along the way. I love how in this message, Jesus is kind of calling people out, calling the people who grew up with, the people that saw him grow up out, saying, you're only going to believe when you actually see me doing the signs. You don't believe because of the things I say. You believe me because you've seen me do all these great things. And we all know that that's not what faith is. Faith is choosing to believe even when you can't see it. And so this royal official says to him, my son is dying. Come to my house. A royal official, not some random person, someone who has status, someone who has money, someone who has weight in social life. And so his request to him might be like, oh, of course this prophet, this Messiah, this Savior is going to come to my house. Look at all the clout that I have. And so he says, come to my house and heal my son. And Jesus says, no, that's not how I do things, right? I don't do things when I reach the destination. No, the miracle doesn't happen when I get to the destination, when I get to the house, when I touch the boy. The miracle happens on the way. And so he says, go, your son will live. Go, your son will live. And when I had grown up hearing this story, I had always heard, and I'd always thought that it was just like a quick 5-minute walk, 10-minute drive to like the local mall or something. And that's where he had seen Jesus, or the local park. No, this trip took him overnight. It says while he was still on the way, his servants met him with the news that his boy was living, right? When he inquired as to the time, they said yesterday at 1 p.m. So it had taken at least half a day, because it happened yesterday in the afternoon and now it was today when they were talking. And so you may not see the deliverance. You may not see the destination. You may not see the miracle in motion right now. But I don't want you to think that the miracle happens once you reach the room, once you reach the platform, once you get to the event, once you sit in your seat to hear the speaker speak. No, the miracle happens, his word says, on the way. And the Lord works like this Not just once in the book of John, not just once while he's in Cana, but twice. If we look back to John chapter 2, it even says it again in this passage that Jesus performed a miracle on the way when he was turning water into wine. You see, he had water at a festival, ceremonial washing, cleansing water. He told the bearers, the servants, to bring it to the master and had him taste it. And you would think, whoa, that's where people's feet are going. That's the water that's washing people's feet. That's not the one you use to drink. And when the man drinks it, the master drinks it, he's like, why have you saved the best wine for last? And the cupbearers are all confused, and they're like, we just gave this man the ceremonial feet cleaning water, and he's saying this is the best wine he's ever tasted. And the only one that knew every single component of the story and the destination and the path that was taken to reach the miracle was Jesus. And so it happened along the way. And so your miracle is not when you reach the destination. Don't listen to the doubt, because I bet that guy was doubting. I bet an hour in, 10 hours in, 12 hours in, the guy was hoping, man, I'm going to see if this Jesus guy is real when I enter that household, when I see my boy, when I see my wife. And if it feels lively or if it still feels like sorrow and pain and hurt. And so I bet he was like, man, I just got 3 more hours till I know. Man, I just got 1 more year. Man, I just have a couple more months. Man, I just have a couple more days, couple more hours until the Lord shows up. And so I'm just going to keep walking, and I hope he pulls through. But the Lord doesn't live by our way. He says, you thought it was going to come here? No, I'm going to smack you in your face. It's coming right now. It's happening along the way. Someone's running to give you a word that's going to shake you up, that's going to wake you up, that's going to tell you that you are already walking in the deliverance. That you've been walking from Galilee, and the servants have been running from Cana, and you guys are meeting in the middle, and you're finally realizing that Jesus has already done the miracle. And so walk in it, walk in the freedom, walk in the deliverance. Don't listen to the doubt, because the miracle doesn't happen when you reach the destination. It happens on the way.